Good day, good day, good day to y'all. We are live 985 9 because the message was blessed and the 8 stages were revealed to the conscious and the conscious became live. We 985. So we just breaking down to y'all some good things that that occurred to the conscience. One of the things was that God is great. And when I mean God is great, I mean in the aspect of everything that happens according to how we look at it. When something happens, you either gonna react to it in a good way or react to it in a bad way. And it's all by impulse. Now, let me give you a certain situation. One situation occurred in a matter of a collision with cars, and there was the cars had a death. Now, through a physical way we look at it, we'll say it was by the car. Certain person did something wrong and wasn't paying attention, lost control of the car, and the car ran into another car and killed the people that's in the car. That's one way of looking at it. But in the rules and laws of revelation, it would be considered the death was not by the matter of the car, the death because that was the will of God for that situation to happen. And there lies where separatism happens, where individualism happens in conscience. All right? When a person can see something and react to it in one way, and then when a person react to it in the way of God is great. And in the aspect of how I see it. So when a person sees something and they react beyond impulse, if they able to, before they act, think and really examine it, then they're able to have more control over the situation. But if they don't, this situation will have more control over them. So, in this matter situation, which situation do you submit to? Do I submit to the aspects of how I see something when tragic hit? Or do I stay silent to what I believe in and know that it is the will of God and that God is great, and that when the state came, what was the aspect that I was in? What was the state of mind I was in or trying to get in at that moment? Now, when I look at it in that aspect, I begin to see a whole total different aspect of how I view things. Now, when you utilize that tool, which means like you understand the path of thinking and perception, and you matured in that stage in your development of conscience. And when I mean by mature, that means that you might be in the stage that you gradually growing and understanding things in life. Life, because life, you still be a student in life, whether you're in school or not. But you utilizing that tool that you understand as the conscious, and you perceiving things with a solid perception like you do in worship. Like when you know a certain day approach, you're more in tuned in that form. You're magnetic to that form. Won't nothing stop you from doing that same pattern. So the way you understand that is the way you're supposed to perceive when you read things and when you see things, and not react on them just by impulse. And the situations become clear. What happened that was tragic a couple of days ago, it was an opportunity to reveal that what we're told in Scripture, our state of mind should be in a state of mind submitted to the will of God. That thou not less is a state of a Muslim. Thou not less is a state of submitted to the will of God. You're at peace with God. Because the whole approach is to be at peace with God. And God is great. No matter what. No matter whether the world is up and the world is down, I'm still saying God is great. Because the pattern that the person think that he controls, he don't control. Now, am I saying that you don't got to control over your actions? No, I'm not saying that. Because I would have to get into the physical thinking, the spiritual thinking to answer you on your question. If I come to you on the spiritual aspect, and you got some people that could come on the spiritual aspect and explain a lot of physical things, it will be, confusing if you're not in that world. You're not in that same context. You will never understand it. So I would get on the level, plain language, and speak plain language, man, and it comes clear. That's my whole object, is to just make clear understanding. But how we understand things and see things and react to things, man. Look how, and this one guy, his perception, he said what gave him inspiration. He utilizing the tool of consciousness, and he a part of another brainwashed tool. Because the nature that he has is a nature that's made by God, and it obeys what the conscious tell it. It's like you giving a whole computer a body. This the other aspect I wanted to explain to that. When I was watching this commercial, this beer commercial. Now look, the beer commercial was showing a robot on the outside and people sitting at a table on the inside. And the robot was mad because the robot couldn't get no feelings. He didn't know. He wanted to experience what they was experiencing and drinking that beer. And I think it was a Michelob commercial. Okay. All right. Look at that. That's something being insensitive to something that's being sensitive. There's something that's being inanimated to something that's animated. And when you have that person, some people describe it that the person don't have a soul. So it's not real, it's not able to feel and be attached to things that we describe as worldly. These are the things that this brother was operating from naturally. But he was taught how to use that tool different than how we taught to use the tool. We taught to use our hands and feet and eyes and ears, everything differently than way they taught to use their hands, eyes, and feet and ears. And so when they internalize a certain thing, a part of their group, whoever teaching them that, because he was taught that, then they're going to react a certain way. Right? But this the whole poison that corrupts the mind. But us that been coming out this spiritual womb, and we in the physical womb, but we be coming out this spiritual womb, we understand when we see things like this happen, like what to do, how to react, how to stay alive. And to stay alive is to become more closer to the truth. And the more closer you are to the truth, the more secure you are. You know, the more conscience. And when I say God is great, if you could say that, that's praise. But it making you more closer to the truth. The more closer to the truth you are, the more you are blessed and you are secure. Your state is secure. And that's the guidelines. That's the precautions. But that don't mean nothing. In a state of a person that's looking for glorification, because things die daily. One thing about God is he's, as they describe in Arabic, Allahu Samad. He's one. He's eternal. He's absolute. He self-sufficient, supreme. You can't stop what's already. You can't act outside of what's already imprinted. But everything has its expiration date. That's the truth. Goodness is still on the rise, and God is still is great. And just internalize that, because that beautiful sun that we see 365 days a year is still blazing, it's still shining beautiful light on beautiful people's life. That moon, that beautiful water that adhere to it, that jungle, those animals, all those things that's out there, is still gonna be doing the same thing, whether we here or not. We need it rather than it need us. But God is still great. And I just want to say that I hope people do some more examining and soul searching and listening to the soul, listening to your soul, you know, and you become born on that date and reach those and be able to approach and engage those 8 stages, and then come out in your conscience and become live. We live 985. I love y'all. This your brother. Y'all keep on going, keep on raising it up, because that's what humanity keep doing. Peace to you. God is great. And we're going to keep it going, y'all. We're going to keep it going. And let the brother take us on out. Brother Sojourn. Yeah.
Ocean.
Line.